Hello, everyone. My name is Waleed, and I want to welcome you to my channel. I want to thank you for taking a little bit of your time to spend some time with me. I hope that you will watch this video to the end, and I hope that you will like and subscribe. Now, I own a company here in New York called A-List Exterminator. A-List Exterminator is one of the most highly ranked pest control companies on Google. Today, I want to do a reaction to a video that is about fleas. And here in New York, we quite often deal with flea problems for many of our customers who have pets. So I want to watch this video with you, and I'm going to react to it as the video goes along. Let's take a look.
All right, guys, Dr. Lara here. So what we're going to be talking about today are fleas. What are they? How are they transmitted? How do you treat them? What diseases do you go ahead and get from them? And what are the most common myths? So if you guys stay tuned, we'll get into that, and we'll get into it really quickly. All right, so number one, what the heck is a flea? A flea is this tiny little insect. Cue Abraham right now, picture of the flea. Wait for it, wait for it. There it is, okay. All right, and so a flea is this little insect. It is the most common parasite that we are going to see on our lovely pets or our family members. And so it is the organism that has the best jumping ability in the world. What is the best jumping ability? They can jump 200 times their body length. That is essentially the equivalent of the average human jumping a quarter of a mile high. Just to give you an idea of how crazy that actually is. I mean, that's bonkers. Nonetheless, that is how they are able to move around and actually jump ship from one host, sometimes jump onto another host. So that is what a flea actually is. Now there's 2,000 species of fleas. There's one that we're typically going to see. The scientific name, as I'm going to do it as best as possible, is the Tennocephalides felis, okay? Most commonly known as the cat flea, all right? It is not just seen on cats, it's seen on pretty much everything. Now, the next topic that we will be discussing is going to be how you will typically get fleas. Now, how do you typically get fleas? Typically in the neighborhood, and it's not going to be how do you, it's your pets. You're going to see either cats, foxes, raccoons. Yeah, that's pretty much the most common things. Maybe
Again, here in New York, fleas is a very common problem, and many of our customers call us when when a flea problem in their home is getting out of control, and a flea problem in a home can very quickly get out of control if it's not addressed.
stray dogs, depending on your neighborhood. Probably not. Stray cat is going to be more likely. And each of those animals is going to be acting like a salt shaker. I gotta do a little movement because if not, I fall asleep during video. So gotta make sure I stay active. And they are shedding eggs wherever they go. They're not shedding actual fleas. The fleas are not jumping off. They're actually shedding eggs because the majority of the flea population are the eggs. And so that is typically what's going to happen is those eggs are going to fall. Some animal is going to come out. The flea inside the egg is going to sense it. It's going to come out of there in the larva form. And then it's going to be waiting for the next time that the host passes by. Once they pass by, they'll grab on for dear life. And now they will go ahead and they will start looking for poop on your dog. Poop from the adult flea that most likely laid that egg. Just a little fun fact. How many eggs do you think a flea lays per day? No idea? 40 to 60 eggs per day. Think about that. One flea, multiply that times 2.
This is why I was saying that flea problem can quickly take over a home if it's not addressed right away. If you notice that your cat or your dog or your pet is scratching and shows sign of fleas, you need to get that pet treated and you need to get your place treated because a flea problem can get out of control very quickly. They breed very quickly. As he has just stated in this video, they lay tons of eggs every single day.
That's 80 to 120, just 2 flea eggs, okay? So the poop that is coming from those adult fleas is gonna look like dirt. Usually you're gonna wanna look, Ruby, we're gonna show them, don't worry, your butt looks great. Typically the poop is going to be right here, and what you're going to do is it's going to look like dirt, okay? So the way that we're usually able to tell if it's flea dirt or if it's just dirt is we will get some of it, we will get a white paper towel or piece of paper, we will put some of that flea poop on there, we'll wet it, we'll rub it. If it turns red, that's digested blood. There you go. We're acting like Sherlock Holmes. My kids are in a science museum camp for the summer, and they're into detectives. And
A couple of things. I just love how relaxed this dog is. He's just so relaxed and he's just here for the ride. And he lets the vet examine his butt and when the vet finishes with him, he just goes back to lay down. He's a very relaxed. He has a really good temperament. And I think a better word to describe what he told us about how to detect whether there's dirt on your pet as opposed to evidence of fleas, I think it's more like a forensics thing because, as he said, when you put when you wet a white paper towel and you put what could possibly be dirt on the towel and you rub it and it turns into blood, that seems more like a forensics examination. It sounds more like a crime scene investigation with searching for blood.
and Sherlock Holmes, so super cool stuff. All right. Now the next thing, what kind of diseases do fleas transmit? Most commonly, you're going to see tapeworms. So those are those things that sometimes people will decide to eat. If you want to lose a weight and you want to get tapeworms, eat a flea. Kind of gross, huh? I don't know what's worse, eating the actual worm itself or eating the flea. It's up to you. But that's not really recommended, just joke aside. Don't do that, okay? Now, tapeworms can go ahead and they will typically look like little bits of rice on the butt. That's for another video. If you guys want that, please let us know. If you really want us to go ahead and make a video about tapeworms, put it in the comments and we'll go ahead and do a video on that. Next thing is something called Bartonella. That is something that is transmitted through flea bites. And so, excuse me, I got an itch. Oh, no, it's not a flea, just kidding. Maybe it was, I don't know, but it really was an itch. That was for real, not fake. Bartonella, it is something that is a systemic disease. It is something that can get pretty gnarly. So that is something that is not commonly seen, but can be a potential issue. And in worst case scenario, the fleas can actually suck the life out of you from the amount of blood if there are enough fleas, okay? Now, next thing that we're going to be talking about are the most common myths. So we're going to go with the top 3, all right? So number 1 myth is, what do you think?
I've never, ever heard of anyone dying as a result of having so many fleas around their home that fleas suck them dry of blood. That's just, fleas are the tiniest little organisms, and the amount of fleas, it probably need to be millions and millions of fleas to be around to be able to drink enough blood that it becomes life-threatening to humans. So yeah, that would be a flea situation that was just being ignored and nothing was being done about it.
I have an indoor pet, and therefore my pets are not going to get fleas. Ruby, what do you think?
No means no.
You got it, Ruby. All right. So, in regards to your indoor pet getting fleas, yes, they can get fleas by you bringing it in, by another animal coming there. Is it common? No, it's not very common. So I'm not going to say, oh no, your pet can definitely get fleas. No, that's not the case, but it is something that is a possibility. So keep that in mind. So that myth is debunked. Myth number 2. I have tile, wood, stamp cement, however fancy you want to get, marble. I can't get fleas. No, remember, the majority or what you see, those actual little creepy crawlies that you see on the dogs or cats, that's only 5% of the flea population. It's those 40 to 60 eggs per day that each female flea is laying that's going to be in your environment. Now, if you have these things instead of like carpet, which one would think, hey, it'll be harder to get rid of fleas or not get fleas. If you don't have carpet, it's easier to clean up, to steam, to vacuum, and that kind of stuff. But the fleas actually, or the flea eggs, will go into little crevices, either between the planks of wood, in the grout lines. So that is myth number 2. Myth number 3 is I don't have any bites on my ankles or anywhere on my body, and therefore if I don't have it, then my dog doesn't have it. The cat flea will typically only bite humans as a last resort. So let's see what kind of no this is here.
No, 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 no.
I counted, I think, 4 or 5 no's. So that's definitely a no. Just because you're not getting bit does not mean that your pet does not have fleas. Honestly, the most common thing, if your pet is chewing, Ruby, we're going to show them one more time. Don't worry, don't get body conscious. From here back, then that is going to be an indicator. First thing for me as a doctor, I'm going to think fleas, okay? That's the first thing. So those are the most common myths that we have, or the top 3. Last are the ways to get rid of the fleas. So it's going to be topical treatments, which we used to use very commonly back in the day. And nowadays we use oral treatments that you give typically once a month, or maybe a little bit even less infrequently. If you guys really want us to get into the different options for flea and tick medication, please make it in the comments. Let us know. Let us know what the most common flea medications you use, and also if you've had good experiences or bad experiences.
Another really important note is that if there is a problem with fleas, if a person is having a problem with fleas, they have to do 2 things. They have to get their pet treated. In a lot of cases, you can go to a store and get topical solutions that can be put on the pet. You can get flea collars. They are helpful, but I would advise that you take your pet to the vet and get the proper medications for the pet to ensure that the fleas on the pet are killed. And then, as a second measure, after getting the pet properly treated by a vet, you can buy the stuff from the pet store as a preventative measure. Topicals and collars. Those would be things that I would recommend after having the pet treated. But the second thing that you need to do, if there's a flea problem, after having your pet treated, the next thing you need to do is have the home treated, especially areas where the pets sleep, their bedding, places that they frequently hang out in the home. all of those areas need to be treated, and the amount of the home that needs to be treated may depend on how long this problem persisted. In most cases, it's just a good measure to just treat the entire home or the entire apartment to make sure that no eggs have fallen off somewhere that will hatch later on when the coast is clear. So, yeah. So, yeah.
And what's worked. If you guys found this video helpful, also let us know, and please interact with us on social media. It really helps the channel a lot. Thanks for watching, and have a blessed day. Oh, sorry, just kidding.
So, I do want to thank you for taking a little bit of your time and spending a little time with me. Thank you for watching this video to the end. I hope that you will like, I hope that you will subscribe, and I hope that you will check out other videos on my channel. Thank you.